The Amazon effect, and you know what we're experiencing right now. A lot of us in the Seattle area are living through this, both the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. From the exciting, booming tech industry to the impacts of course, the housing market, which we talk about a lot.
Exactly. So as Amazon looks for a location for its second headquarters, we wanted to know, what can the cities vying for Amazon learn from us? You know, the city Amazon selects can expect to see more than $5 billion in construction and up to 50,000 well-paying jobs. But what does it mean for housing and rent prices? And for that, we turned to Zillow. They took this in-depth look into how Amazon has changed Seattle and how Amazon's headquarters too could change the city that it selects. Aaron Terrazas, a senior Zillow economist, with us now. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
This is good info. So you've been studying this from the get-go. I guess let's just break down what has happened in Seattle. We'll start there since Amazon's came here.
That's right. So you think about when Amazon first moved into their South Lake Union headquarters back in 2010. You know, the city of Seattle, obviously there's been a lot going on in the housing market, but in the neighborhoods where South Lake Union workers tend to live, rents have increased twice as fast as in other neighborhoods.
Okay.
Home values are up 100% over that same 6-7 year period. So, you know, obviously kind of you bring 50,000 new people, new jobs to any city. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And particularly in Seattle, where we know that the city is so supply constrained when it comes to housing.
Right.
People want to live close to where they work, you know,
Exactly.
so that's one of the reasons why.
And so when you looked at, because we're down to 20 cities right now, Amazon has not announced the location, but we know we have 20 finalists. When you, in your study, you actually looked at the cities and how Amazon would impact them. So what were the significant things you found? Just the top 2 or 3 things,
So you're right, there are these 20 finalist cities, and I think one of the surprising things that kind of really struck us was in all but 2 of the cities, the impact would be a little bit less on rental markets than the city of Seattle has seen. For the most part, these are cities that are not as geographically constrained. They're not surrounded by water like Seattle is.
That makes sense.
And you know, it's easier to build, less costly to add new units. So in many of these cities, you know, we shouldn't necessarily expect as much of a rent increase as Seattle has seen.
That makes me think, because you're looking at just 2.3 in Denver, and what, 2.4% is at Nashville?
Right.
Yeah,
and this is in 1 year period?
So this is on average over the 7 years hiring.
And we're at 100%?
So 2.4 percentage points on top of your annual rent appreciation. So think about Seattle rents are growing already around 6-7% a year.
Right.
Add 2 percentage points on top of that.
Okay, this makes me think, does Amazon get a bad rap for causing, you know, the boom in the housing prices? And maybe it just speaks to, we have a lot of great businesses around here, but you tell me, you have the data.
You know, so there's no doubt 50,000 people is a lot. It's a lot for Seattle, it's a lot for Nashville, it's a lot for any city. But you're right, there are a lot of different moving parts in the Seattle labor market, Seattle housing market. It's not just Amazon that's growing here. There are a lot of other companies. And as I noted, Seattle is kind of one of the most supply constricted housing markets in the country. It's very difficult to add new units, build new homes in this area. There's a lot of traffic choke points because of our beautiful waterways that, you know, an area like Atlanta doesn't necessarily have.
Right. So when is it going to go down? That's what we all really want to know, don't we?
You know, that's the question. And interest rates are beginning to creep upward. You know, they're up about 70 basis points just over the past year. That's going to eat into what buyers can afford to pay when they're out there in the housing market. That said, you know, there are kind of, you think about the fundamental drivers, what's driven the Seattle housing market. I don't think any of those are going away in the near term. You know, all the jobs that have come here, they're not going away anytime soon.
Okay, one last question before we go. The head tax and all the talk about that. Yes, do you anticipate that having some impact on our landscape?
That's such a great question, and there's just so much uncertainty right now about kind of what exactly the head tax is going to do. What are companies going to do with their kind of new heads that they decide to hire? It hasn't even been implemented yet. It'll be implemented next year. And it's definitely something that we're going to continue following and researching once we begin to get data in to be able to tease out the numbers of what it actually means.
Okay, well, we'll find out.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming in and sharing your findings with us.
You.
Aaron Terrazas, senior economist from Zillow. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you very much.